I am a landlord. We've got a two-bedroom flat in just off Alexandra Park in North London. We've been working with Martin Gerard, I think now for about coming up to 10 years. And so far, they've been absolutely fantastic. We've had absolutely no problems with them. They've been incredibly supportive all the time. Um, and yeah, so at the moment, we've been having a very positive experience with them. We found that Martin Gerard are excellent at finding tenants. The process usually is that they'll find us a variety of different tenants, and they give us some really comprehensive information and background to the tenants. At which point we're then able to decide which ones we want to have in the property. As I said, we've rented the property now for about 10 years, and what we found is that the tenants that Martin Gerard find us usually like to stay for quite a while, which is obviously fantastic for us, but and also for Martin Gerard and for the tenants themselves. So we're very pleased with the sort of people that they find to be able to take over the tenancy at the property. I did used to have another property in Kentish Town that we was rented through a different agent. Um, and actually, after a certain amount of years of using them, we then went and worked with Martin Gerard as well, who so for a certain period they were um, renting two properties for us. And the reason we went back to Martin Gerard was really to do with their honesty more than anything else. It, as much as you have a relationship with the agent and they are trying to do the best for you, um, a lot of the time it's just a feeling that you have around trust, because obviously there's contracts involved, and it's all very watertight in that way, but it really is just about how much do you trust them to be on your side, but also sticking up for the tenants as well. So there's obviously conversations that we've had where it's the tenants might be coming to us or we're going to the tenants, and I think what you really need to do is to have that trust that the agent is on both of your sides, that they're a fantastic mediator. And we felt that we didn't particularly have that with the property in Kentish Town that we were renting, so that's why we went back to Martin Gerard for that reason. We feel very much that we can trust Anthony and his team at Martin Gerard. You do build up a really good connection with them, and I think that trust is absolutely vital. We now live down in Somerset, so it really is that we feeling that we genuinely have to kind of put all of our trust in them to be able to look after any problems that do come along. And obviously, problems come along all the time, whether it's a plumbing problem or a request for decorating or many different things. And we've always found that Martin Gerard are prompt. They have a very good network of work people who are incredibly trustworthy. All the paperwork is always in order. So yeah, we're very happy with that team. It is really important to have good communication between the landlord and the agent, and we have always found that with Anthony and with Martin Gerard. Most of our communication is done by email, but if you can pick up the phone anytime, and I think Anthony does have a big team, but he's always available if you need to speak to him. So it is incredibly important to have that. But also, what's really important is that you don't have to hear from them too much. So there are certain times when obviously when maybe the contract is being renewed, or there's some work being done, or there's an inspection. Those times, of course, you have to speak to them, but it's not like you're having to be on the phone or by having contact with them all the time. So I think the amount of contact that we have is really appropriate to the amount of for the job that they're doing for us. I found Anthony to be incredibly good at understanding the needs of the landlord. He understands the market very well. So recently, with the change in interest rates, and a difficulty that we had with our mortgage being raised quite significantly. Um, we asked Anthony whether he might be able to go to the tenants and talk to them, and he really understood our situation, and I knew he would, because as I've said, he really is incredibly sort of understanding of what a landlord's needs are. So I was really impressed by his empathy towards our situation. The three things I think that impress me most about Martin Gerard are, firstly, their knowledge of the business and of the area. So they really understand the area where we have our where our flat is. Secondly, I think it is that they've got such a really good reputation that you really do get very, very good tenants that are offered to you, which was one of the most important things to us, because we're trying to hold on to our flat so that we might be able to give it to our children, and so it's vitally important that we have tenants in there who really respect our premises. And through Martin Gerard, we really feel that we get that. And thirdly, I think it is just being able to communicate very well with them. I always feel that I'm able to pick up the phone to Anthony or one of his team, and they will always be able to go that extra mile to be able to help us. The reason I'm doing this testimonial for Anthony is that we've worked together now for 10 years, and just recently he's really gone over and beyond in being able to help us with a certain situation, and I'm more than happy to recommend Anthony and his team, because I also know, as a landlord, how important it is to be able to really trust someone. So, having worked with Anthony and the team there for nearly 10 years now, I would definitely recommend them to friends and family, and anyone who's looking for an agent who is really trustworthy, and really amicable, and able to really help you in renting out your property.